wanna be a billionaire so freaking bad. Buy all of the things I never had. I wanna be on the cover of Forbes magazine, smiling next to Oprah and the Queen.
In today's economic segment of Ship News, we will be focusing on the recent rise of the U.S. dollar. The value of the dollar has been increasing due to a stronger U.S. economy and the struggles of other global economies. U.S. unemployment is nearing 2 to 5%, meaning full employment is inevitable. The U.S. also has increased imports as well as investments, hinting at a full-scale economic recovery. The strengthening of the U.S. economy is, however, having an adverse effect on foreign economies. For example, the strength of the dollar is decreasing the purchasing power of the Japanese yen, making Japan's economic recovery from the December 2014 depression near impossible. Also, the value of the euro has dropped from $1.37 to $1.07, according to CNNMoney.com. The rise of the U.S. dollar has had further effects that can be seen around the globe. Here to discuss these effects, we have our highly qualified panel of economic experts.
Hi, I'm Jenna Marzugi, and welcome to Ship News. I'm here with Sarah Alvarez, Justin Floyd, and Carl Canby, and we're here to discuss the rise of the U.S. dollar. Justin, what's the latest news on the rise of the dollar?
Well, Jenna, according to Eric Williams, editor of the Pound Daily, the U.S. dollar is on the rise about 15% in relation to foreign currencies. This is causing an increase in foreign imports and a decrease in domestic interest rates.
Well, that's great, Justin, but how is this impacting other countries?
I don't know.
Alright, well, let's go to our foreign correspondents to ask them how the rise of the U.S. dollar is affecting their country's currency.
I've got Canada in my pocket, a little bit of history.
Skookum Carl, I'm Boyd Maple Puck, and up here in Canada, our dollar is staying stagnant while the U.S. dollar is on the rise. This is causing imports to be cheaper now. This is benefiting our manufacturers, but hurting our economy. If this trend continues, there's sure to be a kerfuffle up in here. $1 US is worth $1.21 in Canada. Maple syrup.
Oh no, this is rubbish. Okay, let me tell you how to do it like a British person would.
Hello, I'm Lady Miriam T. Chatsworth. Well, the rise of the U.S. dollar doesn't really affect Britain because our currency is stronger than the U.S.'s. U.S. imports are marginally more expensive, but still relatively cheap compared to Britain's. Currently, the UK currency has reached a limit against the dollar. Oh, that's rubbish. In mid-May, Britain achieved its highest exchange rates with the U.S. The British need to step it up. We can't let the Americans come out on top. Long live the Queen!
Konnichiwa, I'm Ash Ketchum. Japan has the largest share of U.S. foreign debt, but this isn't helping our economy due to high interest rates. Our exports look more attractive to U.S. consumers now, and this should help our economy. 119.80 Japanese yen is equivalent to $1 US.
Let's go to Russia. Let's go to Russia. Go cop some chop.
Hello, I am Vladimir Putinov, here to update you on the status of the Russian ruble. The ruble has been the fastest growing currency of 2015, mostly due to the stabilization of our glorious government, which has led to increased foreign investment and increased oil exports to China. The ruble has risen 20% since January in relation to the US dollar. In the future, I predict that the Russian central bank will increase interest rates in order to increase the long-term viability of the ruble in relation to foreign currencies. Alright, are we done here?
You see, Justin, this impacts other countries besides our own.
Yeah, okay, what's next?
Well, next, we're going to see how the rise of the US dollar is affecting the United States economy.
Yeah, let's go to our interviews from some school economists to figure out their predictions.
One of the big problems with a strong dollar is that it presses exporting from our country. When the U.S. dollar rises in value in relation to other currencies, it makes it more expensive for importers in those countries to buy our goods, which means demand for our goods go down, and leads us to greater trade deficits. Over the past year, with the strengthening of the dollar, we've actually seen the trade deficit start to increase again because of the strong U.S. dollar, and that has led again to that trade increase because there's no demand. Our goods become less attractive to foreign consumers because of how much of their own currency they have to give up to purchase American goods. Those are just a few of the issues that the country is facing because of a stronger U.S. dollar.
I think for consumers, a strong dollar can make consumer goods and imports less expensive, so that's good.
And how do you think it's affecting other foreign economies like Russia or China, places like that?
Makes exports more expensive. It probably helps their domestic industries. Or also you have many global resources that are traded on the dollar. Like, I think overall though, trade is good and our economy needs to diversify.
All right, well, thank you.
All right, thank you.
As you can see from these two interviews, it is hard to define whether a strong U.S. dollar is good or bad for the United States economy. The strong dollar is good for our economy because it creates cheaper imports for American consumers, stimulating the American economy. According to Forbes.com, the rise of the dollar also contributed to the recent decline in oil prices. However, it also creates more expensive exports. This has a negative effect on American companies trying to sell their products to foreign consumers. The rise of the dollar also has a negative impact on other economies which have debt to the United States in dollars. For example, Neil Irwin of the New York Times says that in Brazil, a wave of bankruptcies among sugar producers has been driven not just by falling sugar prices, but also by debts that they owe in United States dollars. Because the United States economy is so immersed with other world economies through trade, the damage caused to other economies by a strong dollar could end up negatively impacting the United States.
Well, after this newscast, I hope you're all informed about how the rise of the U.S. dollar impacts us globally and nationally. I'd like to thank my fellow news anchors. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow when we report on the rise of the Chinese yuan.
3. The dollar is hot, the euro is not. That means 1 euro could soon cost $1, and that means 3 things for American travelers, drivers, and consumers. First, you'll get more for your money in Madrid or Paris than any time in the past 12 years. So-called parity is on the way. Parlez-vous français? Second, a strong dollar makes goods made overseas cheaper. Italian leather shoes, French scarf, Japanese car. These imports become less expensive for American consumers. 3, crude oil is priced in dollars. A strong dollar makes it more expensive for investors who hold other currencies, so they buy less, pushing the price down. And cheaper oil means cheaper gas for drivers. Un, deux, trois, enjoy.
Bills, I gotta pay, so I'm gonna work every day. I got mouths, I gotta feed, so I'm gonna make sure everybody eats. I got bills, all these bills pile up my desk.
A fellow thanks to all my...
Thanks to all my...
Hi. No, I wasn't scooted in.
Konnichiwa, I'm Ash Ketchum. Japan is the largest share of U.S. foreign debt, but this... No!
If I do bring that picture, it'd be an excellent backdrop.
But we were still going. Oh, that was perfect, Carl. That was perfect. Alright, do that again.
Justin, what's the latest news on the rise of the dollar?
Well, Jenna, according to editor of the Pound Daily, Morgan Freeman